let's talk about some new play callers in the NFL. So there is a rash of new offensive coordinators in the. I think I lost count after a while. I mean, it's a long list. I'll just read you the teams that have new offensive coordinators. Now, mind you, when I say this list, they're not all calling plays, but most of them are. So the Cardinals never new play caller. Falcons, Ravens, Bills, Bears, Browns, Broncos, Lions, Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, Rams, Dolphins, Giants, Jets, Eagles, Steelers, 49ers, Seahawks, Buccaneers, Titans, and Commanders. All have new offensive coordinators.
Damn, I feel like you just named the whole league.
It's like half of it.
At least half of it, right? So almost damn near half the league has new play callers. Well, these new offensive coordinators. Now, I would argue that Nathaniel Hackett is the offensive coordinator in Arizona, which is we all know about him.
Yeah, what are they doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Kevin Stefanski's going to be calling plays in Atlanta, so he's going to that Tommy Reese is out in that conversation. But Declan Doyle will be calling plays for the Ravens.
New Bears OC probably not really calling plays.
Yeah, the Bills or the Bears. Browns either. Monken's going to call plays. Davis Mills is calling plays for the Broncos for the foreseeable future. Drew Pexing for the Lions is calling plays. Mike McDaniel obviously calling plays for the Chargers. Nobody's calling plays but Sean McVay in LA with the Rams. Bobby Slow calling plays. Davis Webb is calling plays for them, and then you got Bobby Slowick for the Dolphins. Matt Nagy and Greg Roman are calling plays for the Giants. Frank Reich calling plays for the Jets. Sean Manion for the Eagles. Brian Flurry for the Seahawks. He was placing Kubiak. Yeah. Zach Robinson is still he's with the Buccaneers now. Brian Daboll with the Titans, and David Blau for the Commanders. So I'm going to give you guys a name, and you tell me whether or not you believe this particular coaching change is going to do right or go south for their particular teams in 2026. So let's start with DK. So I'm going to start with let's see here where my list is at. Let's start with the Eagles. I know you love them. So let's talk Sean Manion. So do you think that Sean Manion is going to be the air quote golden goose to the Eagles' success again? It's every other year thing for them. Like they have a coordinator 1 year, he leaves, go get a head coach, to get a bad one the next year. Then they get a new one, he's good. They win the Super Bowl, then they go bad last year. Obviously didn't. Offense was stuck in neutral. So now they're back to on the good side technically. But is Sean Manion a guy that's going to be able to resurrect this offense and get Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts back on track? And they lost A.J. Brown. So what do you think is going to happen in Philly with Sean Manion?
I think it's gonna be rough. I need to take a look at their schedule and see what it looks like out the gate, because if they start off bad, that's gonna be the first person they're gonna look at. Because for some reason they don't say nothing about Sirianni as much as they do about the offensive coordinator. He keeps skating by. Mm-hmm. So Sean Manion, I don't know. I'm not familiar with his offense, so I don't know what exactly he's gonna run. But I feel like they're going to take a step back because you're losing A.J. Brown. That A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith combo, I'll admit it was a problem. But now you're just looking at Devontae Smith and Malachi Lemon, and then I think they got
Hollywood Brown now. They got Hollywood Brown now?
He might not even make the team.
Who was that?
Oh well, okay.
Hollywood Brown. He's
Hollywood Brown. Yeah, don't they got Wicks over there?
Dontavian Wicks. I think there's someone else.
Moore, former Brown. Elijah Moore, former Brown. Yeah.
So I'm not really
Kings on this. A lot of short kings in that wide receiver room.
Exactly.
Nobody tall.
That's what I'm saying.
Wicks is tall though, and he's like.
I'm not really enamored with their wide receiver core, because Devontae Smith, what we used to call him on Madden is LITA. So he real small. Yeah. So he definitely gonna get injured. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sold on him. Alex know what I mean.
I know what it means.
I know.
If for y'all that don't know, it's like an ass. Yeah. So it definitely is that.
I don't think you could depend on that wide receiver coach. So I think it's gonna be a lot of they said Jalen Hurts was gonna be going back to running this year, so they're gonna call some more running plays this year for him. So I see them doing that, and then getting Barkley involved, of course. And of course, I'm sure new coordinator, he gonna want to involve his tight end. So I can see Goddard having a good season as well. And I'm not just saying that because I drafted him.
A slight investment. Yeah, a slight investment in that.
There it is. Right. They do open with the Commanders and then the Titans, and then go to Chicago, Rams at home. So, I mean,
so that first
it's an early test. It's an early test.
Exactly. That's a good first 4 right there because
the
first game against
Washington, of everything.
Yeah, first game against Washington, they should win, but it's a division rival, so that's gonna be a good game. But then Tennessee, they should beat. But then you say they got who's the third game
at Chicago?
Oh yeah, that's
and
good.
then Rams at home.
Yeah, so that's a good little test right there. First 4 games for them. So
I guess we'll know by week 4. We'll know, right?
Yeah, exactly. By week 4, we'll know. We'll see. What
and week 1, division opponent versus also new OC. You know, same
right.
young quarterback type OC that was like just on a team, but 2 years ago.
Right.
Yep.
David Blau. That's crazy.
Yeah, David Blau. Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah.
Who was the Eagles coordinator last year? The offensive coordinator?
I wish I forget his name.
I can't remember. Patullo.
Patullo, Kevin Patullo.
He's like the fourth one in 4 years.
He's the fourth one, Yep. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I'm great segue then. So, RG, what do you think about David Blau? Do you think that David Blau is going to work?
Man, I mean, I think everything depends on the health of Jaden Daniels. I think this is really like, and it's maybe it's a little bit of an unfair situation for David Blau, but I think he truly is going to be judged based on if Jaden's healthy or not. And if Jaden's healthy, that offense is going to be dynamic because he's a dynamic player. And I think he's the kind of player as an offensive coordinator you dream of having because you could just run so many things with him. You can run the options. You can run, obviously the play actions. Everything. I mean, he's got a great arm. Like everything opens up for you. He is ideally the perfect player if he was just 20 pounds heavier and wasn't made of glass. And that's unfortunately, I mean, it is what it is. You come into the league injured, you leave the league injured. And he had, various questions about his health coming out of LSU. I mean, I don't even want to get into that whole debacle.
How dare you link those two together?
I know, God. we shouldn't start. Guys, if you notice, we start the show at 6.
Cease and desist right now. Yeah.
We start the show at 6 in honor of Jaden Daniels, to not start it at 5
So I was going to say, I have the 5th pick in some fantasy drafts, and I'm just giving it up in honor of him.
Honor of Jaden.
That's his pick.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, man. So unfortunately,
you can draft Jaden at 5. That might work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately for David Blau, it's really just going to come down to if Jaden can stay healthy. And I think if he stays healthy, that team is going to be really good, and people are going to look at Blau as a genius. And if he gets hurt and the team sputters like they did last year, it's going to be, we need to get somebody else in here. Hopefully they stick around with him for a while. And, obviously, hopefully Jaden isn't so damn injury prone. But unfortunately, I feel like we're headed for the same ending as last season.
Yeah, it was a little bit cringeworthy in that game they played in the preseason. That one drive or so they had with the starters, it didn't look great. So I'm very curious as to what it's going to look like because, in addition to Jaden, not having a whole lot of time to throw. Hit defenders in his face left and right. The timing was off. I mean, it was just bad. I mean, I don't know if they just kind of going through the motion in the preseason or what, but I would love to know what's going on. Yeah, and that part too. Yeah, exactly. And I still don't know why they didn't call Taylor Decker yet, but that's just a whole different conversation.
Well, didn't you see that they signed? Who'd they sign? DJ Humphries.
Oh, that was today. You're right. I did see that. Yep. So they got DJ Humphries. So yeah, not bad. That's not bad. Again, it's better than Andrew Wiley. So yeah. I guess they're trending in the right direction. Okay. All right, good stuff. So yeah, so you're on the fence. It really just it may not be David Blau's hands. It really might be in Jaden Daniels' health's hands. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, I truly do think that Blau could probably have some amazing concepts and draw up some great plays, and ultimately, if you don't have the guy that your franchise there, it's really tough to succeed with backup quarterback play.
Fair. Okay. All right, good stuff. So, all right, AG, let's talk. What do I want to go next? Let's go Ravens. Let's talk Declan Doyle.
Yes.
Protege of Ben Johnson. I guess you can say he comes to Ben Johnson tree. He's Ben Johnson's disciple, like my terminology I like to use. So tell me about Declan Doyle. What do you think Declan Doyle is going to look like in 2026 for the Ravens?
Yeah, I like Declan Doyle in Baltimore. I think that is a perfect pairing with Jesse Minter and the perfect type of OC or perfect tree they picked from to pair with Lamar, coming from the Ben Johnson tree, but he was also actually with Sean Payton before that.
Sure.
I think he was the tight end coach in Denver before he was the OC for Chicago. So, I mean, two great offensive minds, and you finally get kind of free run to run your system with, a two-time MVP quarterback in the prime of his career. Like, I think they're going to do some damage. Just as a whole, I think they're going to be successful. And I think Lamar's going to be back in that, MVP caliber talk after this year. Because I think they're going to do a lot more innovative stuff than the more traditional type of approaches we've seen with Monken and then, Roman before that. So, yeah, I think this was a home run hire and the, perfect guy to pair with Minter and really the perfect team for him to land to with what he's got to work with.
Okay. Good stuff. All right, DK, I got another round of overseas to talk about, first-time play callers. So and I'm going to go right to your division on this one. I'm talking Brian Flurry for the Seahawks, taking over for Clint Kubiak in their Super Bowl run. So what do you think that it's going to look like for him calling plays for the Seattle Seahawks in 2026?
Nobody has a clue because he just left the 49ers last year. He was the tight ends coach, so he got the offensive coordinator job, which I find kind of funny. I think Mike McDonald did that on purpose, because why are you taking the 49ers tight end coach to make your offensive coordinator? It was offensive coordinators out there he could have took. Come on now. That's just a little rivalry thing. That's how I look at it. So you think he's slick. He's not slick. So I think that's a big move, because they losing Kubiak. He went to the Raiders. And now you're bringing in him. I don't know what his offense is going to look like. Like I say, he was a tight ends coach. So it's kind of up in the air for me. I mean, you got the weapons, of course, in Seattle to make it work. But, I mean, I will say a positive is no defense is going to know what the offense is going to look like. Not unless they somehow running the same plays that Kubiak ran, or a mixture of them, and, changing the verbiage and all that other stuff. So, but I think it's going to be interesting to see what the offense look like. The defense, of course, is going to be solid because Mike McDonald's he's a beast at defense, but on offense, I don't know. I'm interested to see what it looks like, what Sam Darnold does after winning that Super Bowl. A lot of people say he didn't play good in that Super Bowl, which I kind of agree. He did what needed to be done, but he didn't look too sharp in there. So,
he didn't lose the game. Yeah, he didn't lose the game.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't lose the game. But like I said, it's going to be interesting. I'm ready to see what they look like with that offense.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because you don't think there's a chance you could see a little bit of renditions of your 49er offense in that conversation, since you've been with the Niners before?
But I feel like everybody in the NFC West runs that same type of offense. McVay runs the same offense. So I could see Flurry trying to put that implement in Seattle as well. Like I say, I think that's one of the reasons why Mike McDonald hired him, because he tried to get the inside track on the
why not?
Yeah, why not? I mean, that's what you got to do. I mean, he got Purdy number 2. I will give him that too. For some reason, Purdy be struggling against his defense, even going back to when he was with the Ravens. So he knows what he's doing. I'm not mad at it. It's just funny how you could just see how it's going down in the division. So I don't know LaFleur. Matter of fact, LaFleur the same type of offense too. They all run the same type of offense. So it's all the Shanahan tree.
Spider-Man.
There you go. Good one. Yeah, good one. Yeah.
The whole NFC West running the same type of offense. It's just a matter of
who's gonna run it better? Who has a better quarterback?
Who's gonna run it better?
Yeah.
It's interesting though that dude's never called plays before at any level. So
that's why
I'm looking at it. He was the DC at Sacred Heart, special teams coordinator at Towson, and then the tight ends coach for the 49ers.
Yeah, that's what
like, damn.
Out of nowhere.
And run game coordinator, I guess.
Talk about an ascension.
Yeah, he's got some photos of someone, dude.
What is the term? Meteoric rise?
Yeah.
That's how I said he wasn't even on nobody's radar. I was like,
yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
I was like,
all right, Mike McDonald, who we hiring? Brian Flurry. Who the F is that? Yeah, who? Exactly. What are you, an owl?
Maybe he's the dude that had photos of John Fox, and now that that whole thing came out, they're like, we don't got to keep him hired anymore. We can ship him off to the division rival.
Damn.
That is funny. That is funny. Oh,
so
man.
I've never called plays, but I can tell you what that 49ers owner does in the spare time.
Exactly.
You're hired. Tell me more.
He saw that story got released. He's like, damn it, there went my leverage.
Right. I wanted to be the first.
Ooh, that's funny.
Oh, man.
That is funny.
That is a crazy resume, though. I mean,
yeah, it is. But you know, but you also got to realize too that they were up against it because they won the Super Bowl. They're not allowed to hire a coach until the Super Bowl's over. So they had to wait late. So they had picking from nothing. So they just kind of had to, you know, just pick something to hope for the best in this sense. So we'll see. We'll see. We did, Alfred. We did talk about the Ravens already. We talked about Declan Doyle. You just missed it.
Rewind about a
loved
minute.
it.
Yeah, right
we love it.
Yeah, yeah. But we all are happy about Declan Doyle. So that'll give you some comfort. We all happy about that hire. We think it's going to work. So yeah. So you're good. You're good. Like I said, it'll be on the recording if you want to listen back to our actual take on it. But we're all happy about Declan Doyle's hire. We're good with that one.
Yeah,
we're good with that one.
It's going to be
Spark Notes. It was great.
Yeah. Indeed. So all right, RG. Let's talk Lions. Their new OC. We got a guy by the name of Drew Pexing. You know, they're still trying to fix things from Ben Johnson leaving 2 years ago, obviously. So what do you think Drew Pexing is going to look like in 2026 for the Lions?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot to work with. That's for damn sure. Got probably the best running back in football right now. Can we all?
I'll answer it because you asked it earlier. I'll answer it and say that I think Bijan and Jonathan Taylor are 1-2 for me.
Okay.
Only thing that bothers me about Gibbs is he's 195 pounds. He's dynamic, he's fast, he's quick, he's good. He just always gives me angst when you're that light of a running back and your durability. So that's the only knock I really have on him. He hadn't been really injured, his entirety, but he hadn't had to have the whole lion's share of the carries like he's going to have this year. So if he can make it through this season unscathed and handle that workload, I think you can bump him up in that conversation. But that's only
top 5 running back.
Oh, absolutely.
He's top 3.
Yeah,
okay, all right.
I would go Bijan, Kenneth Walker, Jameer Gibbs.
What? Get out of here.
What? Talking about Super Bowl MVP? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Jonathan Taylor. I just had the Chiefs fan in me had to.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I was going to see. I knew it wouldn't go without a comment, but
What? Either way, to make a long story short, that offense has weapons all over the place. Gibbs, Amon-Ra, Jameson Williams, Laporta. I mean, like their O-line, that's what is the one thing that is going to give me some concern. The O-line has to hold up. If the O-line doesn't hold up, it doesn't matter what kind of play calls you have for Goff. It ain't going to work. We all know how Goff works. And this is not me trying to like shit on Goff, but this is a majority, like a good amount of quarterbacks in the NFL that aren't, your bona fide superstars or, your top 15, top 10, whatever, however you want to judge it. But when they're under pressure or when he's under pressure, he turns the ball over. And we saw that plenty of times last year. And he doesn't just turn it over like once or twice. No, what did he have? He had like a 5 interception game last year, right? And I think and they still won, I think, or it was very close or something like along those lines. But this is all to say that if that O-line can't hold up, that their season's a wreck. And
he's easy.
It's a shame to say, and again, I feel like both the coordinators you gave me are very dependent on health. One is for the quarterback, the other is for another position group, the O-line. And it really is the truth because, again, the offense looked pretty good last year for the Lions, like all things. It didn't look to the levels of Ben Johnson, of course, not saying that, but it looked like a good offense. I mean, they finished 9-8. They had a serviceable offense. That O-line, though, towards the end of the season, you really started to see the wheels come off a bit. And if that carries over into this year, it could be trouble for Detroit very early on.
Detroit. Okay. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, I think things are going to start to get a little on the nervous side if they don't pick it up this particular campaign. Because again, if Ben Johnson was a catalyst of all this success and you were like literally on the cusp of a Super Bowl and now can't even win your division, And that's definitely a conversation about Dan Campbell, the coordinator, the quarterback. There's a lot to talk about in that space that this all falls apart. But so hopefully Drew Pexing can be the glue that keeps it together. But that is the question, because I think that it really hinges on his ability, one, like you said, to protect golf, and two, for him to call good plays and then run good offense. Because again, they have to be able to be in a conversation, either winning the division or in a high wild card conversation, or it's a I guess you can say, I won't call it a failed season, but it's not, you didn't meet your expectations. So I think that that is definitely something the front office is going to be looking at if they don't get that far. So yeah, I think that was definitely a little bit of a pressure cooker for Dan Campbell in that group to get things done. Because again, Jared Goff's not getting any younger. They've mixed and matched the O-line now. Penny Sewell's on the left side now. They got a new right tackle. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Then you had to change the system too. Then Glasgow retire. I'm retired. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say he's still available, right? Like he's still a free agent, quote unquote.
Still a free agent, yeah, technically. Somebody tweeted asked him when he come out of retirement to play with the Chargers. Damn, bro, we that desperate?
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not at a center, and not a center, a guard maybe.
Guard. We might be desperate enough to sign him just so we can get Slaughter back to guard.
Guard, right? That might help us out, right? Yeah. You might get a point. Well, but yes, I definitely believe that they got to hold up in those areas. If they don't, there's going to be some questions in Detroit, as you put it. Yes, indeed. All right, AG. So let's round this out. Let's talk about Davis Webb for the Broncos. Calling plays Sean Payton. He's going to be taking over the duties for the Broncos. So what is this going to do for Bo Nix and the Broncos offense in 2026, in your opinion?
To be honest, I think I kind of look at this situation the same way DK kind of talked about Sean Manion. Like, Davis Webb is going to call the plays, but he's going to be the scapegoat when things aren't going right by week 2 or 3, and it's going to be Sean Payton calling it again. Or, maybe Davis Webb gets to call the play in, but Sean Payton tells him what to say, and that's the dynamic. I don't really see – I don't see it being changed too much from how it's been, because I mean, not that I know anything personal about the dynamic, but Sean Payton doesn't strike me as the type of guy that would give up full control. Much like Andy Reid, every offensive coordinator the Chiefs have had, Andy Reid has been the guy with the final say. And, there's times where there's 3 coaches talking about what play to call on the hot mic, and then a call comes in. So I kind of view this as the same type of situation. I really don't think anything schematically or, offensive theory wise is changing. It's just going to be full steam ahead with what they've done. And, it's going to depend on just how Bo Nix is coming off of that injury, and can he kind of replicate some of the stuff he was doing. I mean, not that some people I think have some like beer goggles on when they look at Bo Nix and the Broncos offense from last year, because I mean they were kind of the same way the Chiefs were 2 years ago, and just skating by and winning these close games from their defense, and people aren't really talking about the problems on that side. So, I think there's going to be some issues to start the year, and I'm not just being an AFC West hater with this, but I think there's going to be some issues, and then it's going to be, well, Sean Payton's calling plays full time now, pretty early into the year.
Okay. Well, I did hear Sean on an interview when they did interview with him in training camp. He said it was going to be a collaboration of efforts, but the call should come from Davis Webb on Sundays. That's what he said. That
sounds like some corporate Kool-Aid, if you ask me.
Corporate Kool-Aid, I like that. That's a good one.
Collaborative effort basically says it's my offense. I'm going to call it.
Yeah, a little bit of innuendo, a little bit of subliminal.
Be like Happy Gilmore, and he's Shooter McGavin's asking his caddy, like, what do I hit? He's like, I'd say the 5-iron. Yeah, give me the wedge. Fire.
Yeah. Good stuff. Okay. Alrighty. So if you had to say, like, out of those coordinators we discussed, who you think is going to have the most success in 2026 as we round this out? Who you got, DK? Who's going to have the most success?
Out of the list you had, or you talking about?
Well, I mean, honestly, truly, you can add because clearly they're not first time play callers, but you can add Mike McCarthy in this conversation, Mike McDaniel, Matt Nagy. They've called plays before, but they're new places now. So out of those guys and the guys we talked about, who do you think is going to have the most success?
I think it will be. I'm gonna go ahead and say, Detroit's coordinator. What was his name?
Drew Pexing.
Pexing. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Drew Pexing because, I mean, you got weapons over there, man. You know they cooking up stuff with Diggs, St. Brown, Williams, Laporta,
Tesla.
Man. Yeah, Tesla. I forgot about Tesla. Yeah, you got weapons over there. And golf is serviceable in the dome. You know, he a monster when they playing in that dome. So
he look like Tua. The weather is different for
exactly. Him. You get golf outside, he struggles, but in that dome, man, he gets busy. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it's Detroit for me.
All right, RJ, who you got is going to be the most successful new OC in 2026?
Man, I think I'm gonna probably give it to Declan Doyle.
Huh?
Yeah, I feel like he's got the best quarterback out of the bunch, out of the new play callers.
Yeah.
And I love Jesse Minter, obviously. I think that defense is going to take a complete turnaround. And I mean, he's got Derrick Henry, got Lamar, of course. Zay. I mean, they have a pretty. They did their O-line took a big hit this offseason, of course, but I think the O-line is still more than enough, more than capable. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked to see, man, if he can get it right, if Doyle can get it right, and we already know what Minter can do on the defensive side of the ball, the Ravens might be one of the most scary teams of the league this year.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Have you seen their schedule? You talk about cupcake.
Man,
you
don't say.
Yeah, they got a
see.
Nice little easy schedule coming out the
BS, dude.
They got the.
Why can't I find them? Oh, there we go. Yeah,
Colts week 1, Saints week 2, Cowboys week 2, Saints week 4, Atlanta week 5. Oh yeah.
They're gonna be zooming and booming by the time they play the Bills.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They might
like 14, be undefeated by the time they get to the Bills.
I mean, literally, they got the Texans and the Bills, and Chargers. Maybe Bengals.
A little bit on the back end, but that front end schedule and that Dallas game is in Brazil, so it ain't no advantage.
Ain't no telling. Ain't no telling with that. Yeah. Oh man, they got a nice cushy schedule. Yeah. You got to run the table with that one. You got to.
Damn.
Indeed. It'd be so far ahead that even if they do drop a game or two, they don't matter at the end. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
What's that? The second place schedule, dude? Jam. Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah, I'm about to say, why they schedule so light?
Chiefs' schedule is not that easy. Supposedly played a third place one. So.
Right. Well, you also got to face the NFC West on top of your division.
Yeah.
That's what makes it worse. Yeah,
that's true. That's right. That's a double whammy. But I'm also going to go with Declan. I already shouted it out, but I think that's the clear-cut guy of the first-time play callers. Now, I will say I think the most successful new OC is probably Mike McDaniel, but I think out of the first-time guys, it's got to be Declan.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, good stuff.